name's Cassandra. I am an artist. I just like to create. I like to make. I make jewelry. It keeps my hands busy. It keeps my mind occupied. I suffer from generalized anxiety disorder. I was diagnosed bipolar 2 in my 20s. My history with it has been a roller coaster. You start thinking one thing and all of a sudden that anxious mind just starts barreling down and down and down with this momentum. But it's funny because the diagnosis answered a lot of questions. I felt more relieved, knowing not necessarily that there was an excuse that something's wrong with me, that's why I do the crazy things, but there was a thought process that I could never escape my mind, and I always found I was different. I remember the first time you painted me, which was a live exhibition, and I remember being so excited about it, I was bouncing on my toes a little bit, and you had said to me, "You remind me of a bird taking off in flight," and that's what I felt like in a way. The choice of colors started to make me feel like I was gonna almost take off into the sky.
Do you feel ready to get painted?
Yeah.
I had kind of a cool idea that I wanted to try with these.
Nice.
I think you're going to like it.
I'm gonna love it no matter what you do. I love everything you do.
You haven't tried my cooking.
No, don't. Is that silver?
No.
Ooh. Authenticity is really important to me in character because really it's the only thing you have, right? It's the only thing that, you know, when you have nothing else to give, when there's no money, when there's no resource of materialistic, you know, value, it's, you know, it gets right down to your word. You're human, you just gotta remember no one's perfect. We do our best, and sometimes our best requires a little bit more effort from some, which, you know, it's in all different kinds of aspects it can happen. It tickles. It tickles. It tickles.
Just breathe through the tickle.
There's a beautiful therapy that happens when it's when you surrender yourself to something like this. When you're around trusting people that have a like mind in what you want to create together. I mean, I love collaboration. I think collaboration can be one of the purest forms of creation and rebirth. The learning curve that they have, you know, comfort zones, you know, and how willing you are to go outside them. And, you know, with mental illness, that can be a really, really scary thing, getting outside of a comfort zone, because there's all of this anxiety about, can I swear?
No.
No, about messing up. That's why I asked. You know, about really messing up and feeling like a screw up, and you know, and well, maybe I shouldn't do it and that kind of thing. You know, the past maybe year and a half, 2 years, I haven't said no to everything, but there were certain things where it paralyzed me. It took a hold of me, and I felt like the best thing that I could do, even though it almost felt like a cowardly thing, is say, no, I can't do this, I have to take care of myself. But I mean, that's where my mistake was, thinking it was cowardly. That if I can't understand, you know, what the mood is, if I'm not able to allow myself to recognize it, then I could just kind of suffer a bit more in that. But the few times where I went, no, I don't want to do this, but just broke out of my shell and said, no, you know what, it's I know this will help me. I know this will make me feel better. It's really helped too. I mean, it can really all depend. It can be a bit of a chance thing sometimes. That paint feels really good. You just gotta try. Sometimes it takes a lot of courage to get out of bed in the morning. And, you know, as much as you don't want to have a gold star for something you should be doing every day, sometimes it's, you know, it is what it is. But funny enough, I woke up at 6:30 this morning, actually excited to be here. It has not been a great week for me, but upon Matti going, I got Space Tuesday, 10 a.m., I went, yeah, okay. I usually sleep in till noon, but no, today will be a day of difference.
I mean, come on, how many times do you get to be like the first person of a TV show?
That's it! I am a colorful Galatea. You know, it's funny, time feels like it goes by so fast whenever I get painted by Matti. And I'm so glad everything is documented and everything like that, because, you know, I gotta jump in the shower and wash this all away, but there's a really cool sense.
Well, you know, theoretically you don't have to.
I don't have to, no. And it's funny too, because mandalas are created, you know, for a purpose of meditation. It's meditation in creation. You end up making this, you know, this beautiful, introspective and complex pattern, and it's all through focus and wanting to create something beautiful. And, you know, that's what I think Matti does with the canvas stuff here. It's not just wanting to create beauty, but kind of bringing the beauty out. You know, there's so many, like seeing his work, there's so many different people and so many different body types and everything like that, you know, you can't help but in these photographs and everything like that of the people he's painted, they're so happy. You can see it. And again, I think this kind of project everybody should do at least once. You know, if you're ever feeling a sense of self-doubt, you know, just about who you are in general, you know, your certain qualities that maybe you'd forgotten once upon a time. Sometimes doing something like this can remind you of those. It's a meditative practice to remember our core selves, to remember the goodness, and that's all we want to do as humans. Matti, here's an interview question for you. What did get you into this? What was...
Porn.
Really?
No. Well, originally it was only supposed to be 20 of my closest friends who lived in Toronto. And essentially it was because I was afraid for a while that I would be leaving Toronto.
Yeah.
And so I went to 20 of my friends and was just like, hey, I'm doing this thing.
Help me out.
Who would like to be a part of it? And then I went to my roommate at the time and he was just like, I want to do it. And I was just like, cool. And I was just like, take off your shirt. And he was like, what?
What?
When I posted that photo,
Mm-hmm.
I got a response from a friend of mine who was just like, hey, I want to do this as well. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I got a response from more people being like, I want to get painted as well. So I was just like, oh, this could be a thing.
And all of a sudden you didn't leave Toronto.
Yeah, I didn't end up leaving Toronto because of it, so this kept me here.
It's a beautiful project, it really is. The twice before that I've modeled for you, when I've posted those pictures on social media, I mean, people are taken aback first off by the presence of boobs. You know.
Yeah, evil boobs.
Evil boobs kind of thing. And I've had a few people that go, well, where did you go? Who do you talk to? So I keep mentioning, you know, this is Matti. He's on Facebook. You can find him here. Human Canvas Initiative, da-da-da-da-da. And do you ever have a plan for how you're going to paint, or is it just intuitive?
Usually getting, like, talks with people. is kind of how I figure out what I'm doing. Like some people go in with a specific plan, and I have a couple times gone in with a specific plan, but usually I just like to be directed by the person from there.
Before shot. Oh my god.
Never mind, apparently this doesn't work.
Oh wow. It looks like a rose. Like.
I didn't want to make it too literal. But
No, it looks really cool.
I love that one. Come on back. Come on. I love that one too. What you looking all sad for?
No, I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like I said, it's been
And that's Jen eating, so.
it's been a rough week. Oh no, and it's running. Look at this. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's fine.
It's been a rough week, and I'm sorry. No, I love doing these things, and sometimes when it's been rough, having an experience like this can really have a transcending quality. Art therapy, art matters, art heals, and it's just a stepping stone. Just stop waving my arms around. I'm just a... Thank you, Matty. Thank you, Matty.
You want to take a couple more?
Yeah, why not?
Do it until it's just a little bit uncomfortable.
I think art does certainly help heal and focus what might be considered, what many might think of themselves as broken minds, but I think if there were a way that everyone would be more comfortable with open conversation, because the brain is like any other organ in our body, but it's the crown seat of the house. You know, what happens here trickles down into the rest of us. What happens here trickles outside of us sometimes in a certain energy we may not always predict or may not always want to give. But the best thing that we can do is have empathy. The best thing we can do is have a conversation. The best thing we can do is make each other aware and not be scared to talk. And to be honest, I've been scared to talk about it for quite some time. That as much as I'm an advocate, I get so worried about talking about my own problems for fear of infecting others, bringing them into this spiral that happens every so often. But through conversation, through art, through an idea of being able to create, even though you sometimes feel not worthy of it, you find that the piece that you create itself does become a source of happiness. It does become an idea that there is more and there is hope, and that if you can focus on this and you've done this little thing, imagine what else you can do. Matti helps me do that with this. And there are so many other things in art that happen with other people who suffer from mental disorders and illnesses. And I've always believed that in many regards, in many ways, and ultimately art heals. I'm so glad for Matti and his program that he can provide that.
Julia. Hello. I sing. I like to dance on occasion. Climb curtains, aka silks. I'm just like an overall creative person, I think. Like, I don't know, I don't like to label myself as like one thing, because like, besides like the things I don't know, I'm considered like a professional, like I study theater and like opera and like various creative things. I still like will like to go home and do like visual arts kind of crafty things, or just like, I don't know, make things nice. I was in classical like choir stuff as a kid a lot. But then yeah, besides like just like the creative artsy side, I just have like also like a deep founded love for animals and nature. It's like my other warm side. I'm like, which do I love more? I love more. I did hair modeling once, and that's when my hair was what it is right so. It like they made it red and fade and fluffy. But anyway, so then that was another project I ended up sort of getting to through that. I had a really good time just hanging out and being. I was a little bit self-conscious though, because like there's like a few of us who were kind of like walking around shirtless, and then everyone else is kind of just like staring at us. But I was like, it was like cool after a while. And then like actually when I left, I was like really proud to just like walk down the street with like full yellow and like hat. Look at me, I'm weird. My dog Mouse was like, no, this morning because it was pouring, and she was like, I can't even poop.
Well, I'm sure that wasn't the first thing on her mind.
Well, she was like worried, and I wasn't even sure if she would go pee. She kept kind of trying to run into people's houses, so I was like trying to bring her on the lawn. But my first dog, she was always had that playful side to her, even though when she was like super lazy and tired as she got older, she'd still be like, yes, I will play.
It's like my sister's dog right now is getting old. I'm just like, no tummy, hold on. I don't care if every other dog from your litter is gone. You need to hold on.
I know, right? And it was the cutest when she started losing her hearing and her eyes started going cloudy. I'd make fun of her, it was so mean. Lately I've been getting into
Skylar Jepsen?
Nope. Into songwriting. So I've written like 10-ish songs maybe by now.
Okay. You know what, even if you don't like her voice, she is a good songwriter.
You're not gonna live die.
But you know who you might enjoy is Shura.
No, it's not that I just, like I have nothing really against her besides the fact that she got to play Cinderella on Broadway. And I am not. There were
So me and Mo were
More
thinking about getting a
puppies.
dog.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
for a baby.
Whoa. Hello.
Just painting shots.
Cool.
More painting shots. Wow, there's a lot of painting shots. There we go.
I'm really serious.
You always kind of look serious. I think that's why people are intimidated by you sometimes.
Sense.
I mean that in a good way, of course. That was the.
The dirt.
Oh, that's so pretty.
I feel loved right now. I feel safe and comfortable, but I feel at the same time like I went through an emotional journey just because I was like sharing a lot. Oh, I'm gonna wear it out. I remember the last gallery we did together. Yeah, I just like wore the paint around town for a while. We went to like the Eden Center, and then my friend got distracted by these people like with balloons and started taking pictures of them, and I was just like just standing on the corner by myself covered in paint. It was kind of funny. People were like, okay, whatever, it's Toronto. It was fun. I can't really do that now because